I am fucking terrified. Like, genuinely terrified. If scrolling on social media doesn't at least scare you a little bit, I want to remind you that a study found a 400% increase in people between the ages of 20 and 30 being diagnosed with dementia, linked to excessive screen time. Yes, 400%. And I swear to God, I can feel it happening to me. I have noticeably gotten stupider in the last 2 years. I used to be able to articulate myself so well. My vocabulary was insane, and I would be able to write essays in like 2 hours and get A's. Now I cannot get through a single story without saying like 15 times. I'll be mid-sentence trying to think of a word that I know, but like my brain just can't figure it out. And what scares the shit out of me is that my intelligence was one thing I thought nobody could take away from me, and I've literally been handing it over to my phone. Because think about it. In college, I was reading complex material every single day. I was studying, writing, thinking, debating, doing all the things. And now I consume 9-second clips that I call information. And the worst part is, I will scroll for 3 hours and not remember a single video that I watched. Like, that is terrifying. So I actually checked my screen time last week and it made me physically ill. I was averaging almost 6 hours a day. No wonder why my brain feels foggy. So I am done pretending that it's not affecting me. I finally downloaded one of those screen time apps. I'll let you guys know which one I am using, but it literally locks me out after a certain time because I clearly cannot trust myself. I do not want to wake up at 30 and feel cognitively declined because I didn't want to put my phone down. This is me publicly saying that I'm going to fix it because holy shit, I want my brain back. And if you felt this too, we need to talk.
I refuse to let myself become the victim in a tragedy of my own making. In the 1996 film adaptation of the popular children's story Matilda, the titular character exhibits telekinetic powers. But in the end of the movie, she appears to lose these powers. Her former first-grade teacher, Miss Honey, theorizes that her power developed as a result of her latent intellectual capacity, which was not being used when she was in so-called easier classes. Given the fact that this intellectual capacity was later used up as she transitioned to a more difficult class at the end of the movie, Miss Honey theorizes that this is why her powers disappeared. While this is a fictional story, I believe in principle it is very true. Since graduating college, I have experienced more episodes in which my brain has felt foggy, and I have struggled to comprehend or find the word that's supposed to come next in some sentence. I believe this is due to the fact that I am no longer being intellectually stimulated in the same way that I was during college, either through conversations with my friends or the coursework that I was taking. I don't need to emphasize how detrimental this is. I believe in conjunction with the fact that I have been more prone to going for micro hits of dopamine, such as either through social media or other elements that provide instant gratification, I have slowly diminished my own intellectual capacity. And I will not let this go on any further. If you too are feeling in a similar fashion and you want to make a change, then follow, and we will get over this together. Thank you.
To be honest, I don't really understand the example from the start, but I do notice, or like, never really clicked to me, but like after like school ends, like after you graduate and stuff, because you know I'm still in high school. After you graduate, you don't really need to use your brain crazy. Like, what kind of depends on like what job you get and stuff like that, and if you go to college, but like you're not forced to like talk with teachers, talk with classmates about like smart stuff, you know what I mean? So I guess you could lose a lot of your intellectual like abilities, I guess, after high school because your brain's not being used, you know what I mean? Like if you don't work out, then you're gonna lose muscle, you know what I mean?
After taking time away from TikTok, I don't know how I ever felt like it was normal to sit here and scroll through thousands of people's faces and opinions and thoughts back to back to back to back to back for like an hour. It was the craziest form.
Yeah, that's true, you know. Not gonna lie, it's hella weird that we can get so many takes and like know everything going on around the world. Because like in reality, in the past, we really only knew maybe like 200 people in the area around us. You know what I mean? Everything else in the other world, that's just like not even existing really in our daily lives. But nowadays, everything around the whole world feels like it's a part of our daily lives, and I guess that's overwhelming to our like system or something like that. Or that's my theory, at least.
of avoidance of my own life and my goals and like shit that I had to do that I've ever experienced. So it feels counterproductive to come on here and talk shit about this app. This is a great app. I learned so much. I love how you can research anything, how you can connect with people. I love when people come on here and talk about what they're passionate about. Like there's so much amazing content on here, and I do my best to cater my For You page to that kind of content. But it's also so nice to just hear myself think and like play some binaural beats and like actually channel straight from the source and like from myself, instead of listening to like what all these people are saying every single day. Like also, it was so nice to get a break from being advertised to like, oh, I actually don't need any more stuff. I have enough stuff. In fact, I just need to get rid of my shit, sell it all on Depop. Like, I don't need more skincare products. I like my skincare routine. I don't need more makeup, bro. Like, I don't need facial reconstruction. What is it? Facial rebalancing surgery or whatever. I don't need that. I'm gonna let myself look how I look and age how I'm gonna age. After
Yeah, to be honest, like TikTok and social media like that, it's all advertising, and all they do is make or like they create they create an issue or insecurity out of nowhere, and they sell you a product that fixes that insecurity that they now created for you. So like you think you're bettering yourself, but in reality, the thing they're fixing, in a lot of cases, it wasn't even like a big issue. You know what I mean? It's just they're just trying to sell you a product, make money. You know what I'm saying?
Unlike having a shoe on your head, here are 5 actual signs of brain rot. Number 1, a shortening attention span. If you're constantly in front of a screen, endlessly scrolling without limits, your brain adapts to rapid stimulation. Sitting through something longer starts to feel unbearable. A book feels exhausting. A full podcast feels too long. Even a conversation can feel like too much. Your brain starts craving novelty every few seconds. Number 2, mental fogginess. This looks like struggling with word retrieval, losing your train of thought, difficulty concentrating, not being able to stay focused on the task at hand. But this has to be a decline. It's not just ongoing ADHD symptoms. It's noticing you used to feel sharper and now you don't. Number 3, mental and physical fatigue. This one confuses a lot of people. Scrolling feels like you're resting, but you're not actually resting. When you're constantly being rewarded, shocked, amused, outraged, or emotionally stimulated in short bursts, your nervous system never gets to calm down. Number 4, increased anxiety when you're not consuming content. When you're not watching or scrolling, the outside world can feel boring or like you're missing out on something. That restless urge to check your phone isn't random. It's your brain adjusting to the absence of constant stimulation. And number 5, you begin experiencing short-term memory issues.
To be honest, I think I experienced like majority of these, but like when I do go out with friends, I try to like stay off my phone entirely, even though they go on their phones and stuff. But also, I do like just be like checking my phone just like for no reason, you know what I mean? Like I just be checking it to check it. A lot of times, sometimes that like spirals me into like scrolling, you know what I mean? Same thing with like TikTok streaks and stuff. Like just getting like if you weren't gonna scroll today, but then you gotta get on and do your streaks and you want to reply to like your friend is doing streaks with you, then a lot of the times you will be more inclined to just start scrolling and then you get trapped in that loop, you know what I mean?
You pity the moth for mistaking a lamp for the moon, but here you are, mistaking the screen for the world. I read this online earlier today, and I feel like, I know it's ironic giving you this advice through the phone in which you are receiving this communication, but I feel like so many people slow down on their goals and their ideal life because of this phone. They think that they are experiencing the world. They think that everything they're working on has to be created into content so that people can view their life. And therefore, everything becomes a performance. And you begin judging whether or not a goal is even worth pursuing based on how it will look to other people when you have it. When in reality, humans were not meant to know this many people and know of this many experiences.
Bro, I was just saying that, bro. Like, do you remember me at the start of the video? I was just saying that.
There was a celebrity on, I think, Jimmy Fallon the other day who said that he deleted Instagram because he saw a video of someone filming from the top of Mount Everest. And he felt like he didn't deserve to see that because that's a life experience reserved for very few people. And social media and the phone really makes us feel like we've experienced the world. We know how our friends are doing. We know how everybody's trip went. We know what it looks like from the top of Mount Everest. And it really does something to your dopamine receptors. So my advice is just pick an hour or a day every week where the phone is just nowhere near you. You're not recording anything that you're doing. You're not picking and deciding your decisions for the day based on what it'll look like. And I know it sounds like you have to have this deep level of addiction for that to be the way your mind operates, but that's not true. Social media and these devices have been around long enough where it has begun seeping into our.
That's what I be telling people. Like even if you're not reliant on it or you don't think you are, it's everything is on a subconscious level nowadays. You know what I mean? Like you are reliant. Like if you weren't reliant on it, you wouldn't be using it so often. You know what I'm saying?
Subconscious. There might be a lot of goals of yours that you don't even want. You just want other people to know that you have it. And it takes some deep reflection to understand whether or not that's the case for you. And I feel like you need to be very vulnerable and honest with yourself to get to the bottom of that. Otherwise, you're going to be chasing goals that are not even yours. And you won't realize it until you get to the top of the proverbial mountain and you realize you don't even like the view, but you spent your entire life getting there.
Yeah. So it's just like people being too performative. You know what I'm saying? It's just doing things for other people, not doing it truly for yourself, and even going out of your way to do things with zero intent for yourself, just to want to show off to other people that you did that. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you guys think about the videos. You know what I mean? Tell me which TikTok was your favorite. But yeah, like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Have a good day.